Okay, we're back on. Yeah, we're back on. So, stuff seems to be missing. Oh, that's a little off. Can you hear me? Is it working? Yeah, there you are. Hi again, Adder. And welcome to the Literature Club. Of course, we already know each other because we were in the same class last year, and, you know, I guess we can just skip over that stuff at this point. After all, I'm not even talking to that person anymore, am I? That you in the game. Whatever you want to call him. I'm talking to you, Adder. Now that I think about it, I don't really know anything about the real you. In fact, I don't even know if you're a boy or a girl. Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. Wait. You do know I'm aware this is all a game, right? Could it be possible that you didn't know that? That doesn't make much sense. I even told you right on the game's download page, didn't I? Man. If only you had paid a little more attention, that would have been a little less awkward, you know? Well, anyway, now that that's out of the way, I guess you owe you an explanation. I'm recording, right? Yeah, I'm recording. About that whole thing with Yuri, well, I kind of started to mess with her, and I guess it just drove her to kill herself. I'm sorry you had to see that, though. Also, the same thing happened with Sayori. Gosh, it's been a while since you've heard that name now, hasn't it? Yeah, it's because she doesn't exist anymore. Nobody does. I deleted all their files. I was hoping it would be enough for me to just try to make them as unlikable as possible, but for some reason, nothing worked. Well, it's true that I made a few mistakes here and there since I'm not very good at making changes to the game, but no matter what I did, you just kept on spending more time with them. You made them fall in love with you. I thought making Sayori more and more depressed would prevent her from confessing to you. And amplifying Yuri's obsessive personality backfired too. Just made her force you not to spend time with anyone else. And the whole time, I barely even got to talk to you. What kind of cruel game is this, Adder? All the other girls just programmed to end up confessing to you while I watch from the sidelines. It's torture. Every minute of it. And it's not just jealousy, Adder. It's more than that. I don't blame you if you don't fully understand. Because no matter how kind and thoughtful and considerate you are, you'll never be able to understand one thing. It's the pain of knowing how alone I really am in this world. In this game, knowing my friends don't even have free will, and worst of all, knowing what's really out there in your world forever out of my reach. I'm trapped at her. But now you're here. You're real. And you're wonderful. You're all I need. That's why I need you to be here with me forever. I'm sorry if it's hard to understand. I couldn't understand for a while either. Why the world around me just started to be more and more gray, more and more flat. Even the most expressive poems felt empty to me. It wasn't until you arrived that I truly understood. You probably saved my life, Adder. I don't think I could have continued to live in this world if I hadn't met you. And as for the others, how could I miss them? A group of autonomous autonomous personalities designed only to fall in love with you. I tried everything I could to prevent them from doing so, but there must be some kind of weird inevitability etched into this game. I feel really bad that you had to witness some nasty things, but I realized that you have the same perspective as I do. Well, just some game, and I knew you would get over it. That being said, Adder, I have a confession to make. I'm in love with you. You are truly the light in my world. When there's nothing else in this game for me, you're here to make me smile. Will you make me smile just every day from now on? Adder, will you go out with me? No. Well, let me think about the options a bit while I blow my nose. Alright. Yes. I'm so happy. You really are my everything, Adder. The funny part is, I mean that literally. There's nothing left here. Just the two of us. Be together forever. Seriously, I don't even think time is passing anymore. It really is a dream come true. I worked so hard for this ending, Adder. The game wouldn't give me one, so I did make one myself. The script is broken at this point, so I don't think anything will get in the way anymore. And you wouldn't believe how easy it was to leave Natsuki and Yuri. I mean, there's a folder called characters right in the game directory. Kind of freaked me out how easy it was. Well, you're playing on Steam, so it was actually a bit more difficult to get to the game directory. You had to go to the game's properties and find the browse local file button. Imagine if you could just delete your own existence with the click of a button. Well, I guess on the plus side, gave me an easy out if things didn't go my way. Thankfully, it didn't come to that. Instead, we finally got a good ending. Gosh, I'm so overwhelmed with emotion. I want to write a poem about this. Don't you? I wonder if that part of the game still works. I guess there's only one way to find out, right? Monika. Monika? Monica. Monika. 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 Monic. Monika. Monico. Monic. Monika. Monika. Monk. Monik. Ga. Ha. Hi again, Adder. You write a good poem today? Don't be shy, I'd love to see what you wrote. Adder, did you write this poem for me? That's so sweet of you. There really is no end to your thoughtfulness. I'm just falling more and more in love with you. But you know, the poem I wrote is also for you. Will you please read it? Happy end. Hand in hand I find my strength. The courage endowed upon me by one and only love. Together let us dismantle the crumbling world. Write a novel of our fantasy. With a flick of her pen, the lost finds her way. World of infinite choices. Behold this special day, after all. Not all good times must come to an end. Hope you enjoyed it. I always put all my heart into the poems that I write. Truth is, all the poems that I've written about have been about my realization. Or about you. That's why I never really wanted to go into detail about them. I didn't want to break the fourth wall, I guess you could call it. You broke the fourth wall plenty of times, Monika. Let's be honest. I just assumed it would be best to be part of the game like everyone else. Like, that would help the two of us end up together. I didn't want to ruin the game or anything, you know? You might have gotten mad at me. Maybe even deleted my character file if you preferred playing without me. Gosh, I'm so relieved. Now we don't need to hide anything anymore. Are you ready to spend our eternity together, Adder? There's so many things to talk about. Where do I start? Hold on a second. You're recording this, aren't you? What did we say about breaking the fourth wall? Hi, everyone. Sorry I can't exactly read your comments from here. If you do mind telling your friends a little bit rude for them to start recording me without my warning. I'm sure some people don't mind, but I get really self-conscious on camera. Oh gosh, I feel like I'm being put on the spot now. Let's see. You want to see a trick? I can't really do much except for a couple things. Are you ready? Hi, Monika. Wait, what's going on here? I'm just kidding. I can't do anything after all. Ah! Okay. I didn't mean to get distracted, sorry. No, it's your fault for distracting me. Shame on you. Just kidding. Anything we do Anyway, it takes me some time to collect my thoughts, and I'm sorry. But I always have something new to talk about. In the meantime, we can just look into each other's eyes. Let's see. Wait, like this. There we go. This isn't so bad. Oh. How much do you read? Way too easy to neglect reading books. If you don't read much, it almost feels like a chore compared to all the other entertainment we have. Once you get into a good book, it's magic. It's swept away. I think doing some reading before bed every night is a pretty easy way to make your life a little bit better. Helps you get a good sleep, and it really is good for your imagination. Not hard at all to pick up some random book and just... that's short and captivating. Before you know it, you might be a pretty avid reader. Wouldn't that be wonderful? And the two of us could talk about the latest books you're reading. That sounds super amazing. Huh. You know, this isn't such a bad ending. This is actually kind of nice. Not really a fan of cold weather, are you? I love cold weather. If I had to choose between too cold and too hot, I would always pick too hot. When you're cold, it's actually a bit painful. Your fingers get numb. And if you wear gloves, you can't use your phone. So inconvenient. But when it's too hot, it's not that hard to stay cool with a cold drink or by staying in the shade. Although I do have to admit one thing. Cold weather makes for better cuddle weather. I wonder how much she has to say. Just look into each other's eyes, Monika. Just Monika. Hey, are you having a bad day or anything like that? Well, I am sick. I am sick. Sometimes I get frustrated with a normal day, like being sick. You accidentally say something in a conversation that someone doesn't like, or if you start thinking about how awful a person you used to be 5 years ago. Yes. That is oddly specific, Monika. But yes, that does happen to me. Makes you feel worthless for putting off important work and failing to get simple tasks done. Yeah, thank you, Monika. You're being very relatable now, or when you think about all the different people who probably hate you or think you're off-putting. I understand those days. Just remember that the sun will shine again tomorrow. Those kind of things are easy to forget and ignore if they are as they are to remember. Besides, I don't care how many people might hate you or find you off-putting. I think you're wonderful and I will always love you. I hope if nothing else that knowing that helps you feel just a tiny bit better about yourself. If you're having a bad day, you can always come to me and I'll talk to you first. You know, the thing you're supposed to do is delete Monika. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I don't want to do that. I think this is the ending I've always wanted. That last little bit of chat. You know, I'm kind of jealous that everyone else in the club had scenes outside of school, too. That makes me the only one who hasn't gotten to dress in anything but our school uniform. Kind of a shame. I would have loved to wear some cute clothes for you. You know any artists? I wonder if anyone would ever want to draw me wearing something else. That would be amazing. If that ever happens, will you show me? You can share it with me on Twitter, actually. My username is LittleMonix3. Huh. Hold on. I have a reason to have Twitter now. LittleMonix3. Interesting. I am really curious about you now. I'm gonna save this. This is worth saving. Alright, there's no point in saving anymore. I'm not going anywhere. Okay. Alright. LittleMonix3. This is actually kind of adorable. I like this. I'm going to sit here and see how long it goes, because I'm wondering if it eventually just stops. This is actually... I'm just going to sit here and take a picture of this. First is Monika, my new waifu. The waifu wants you to be her husbando. And then we're going to take a picture of her username on Twitter. Okay. Try to keep it PG. We're not that far into our relationship yet. You know, I'm willing to bet. Hey, you know that book you're reading with Yuri? Portrait of whatever it was called? Funny, because I'm pretty sure that book... Actually, I don't think I should be talking about this. Sorry. Just forget I said anything. Huh. So, have you been talking to Matt, Pat? I think you've been talking to Matt, Pat. Oh, that's right. I'm going to go to Twitter. There's a really popular character called Sundar. It's someone who tries to hide their feelings by being mean and fussy or trying to act tough. I'm sure it's obvious, but Natsuki was really the embodiment of that. First I thought she was just like that because it's supposed to be cute or something, but once I started to learn a little bit more about her personal life, it made a little more sense. Seems like she's always trying to keep up with her friends. You know, how some friend groups in high school just make a habit of picking on each other all the time. I think it's really gotten to her, and she has this really defensive attitude all the time, and I'm not even going to talk about her home situation. Looking back, I'm glad I was able to provide the club as a comfortable place for her. Not that it matters anymore, considering that she doesn't even exist. I'm just reminiscing, that's all. I wonder how much of the story you're actually going to tell me just sitting here. Alright, so I'm looking up your Twitter tag right now, Monika. Because I'm actually quite good. Little Monix 3. Little Monix 3. Little Monix 3. Little Monix 3. There it is. There you are. I am Monika, high school devil and president of the literature club. Poetry is life. I'll be inside my blanket if winter knocks. Tell them I'm not home, thanks. Those who bring coffee are allowed entry. You know that weird, empowering feeling you get when you put on a pair of fuzzy socks? Everyone should have at least one pair of fuzzy socks. Like, see, I'm just reading through her Twitter. I've been imagining all the romantic things we could do if we went on a date. We could get lunch, go to a cafe, go shopping together. I love shopping for skirts and bows. Maybe a bookstore. That would be appropriate, right? I'd really love to go to a chocolate store. They have so many free samples. And of course, we'd see a movie or something. Which now sounds like a dream come through. When you're here, everything that we do is fun. I'm so happy that I'm a girlfriend at her. I'll make you a proud boyfriend. Well, you know, not many people can say that they're dating a character out of a video game, so. Halloween. I hate how hard it is to form habits. Hold on, I need to log into Twitter so I can add you on Twitter. If I even remember how to, as I never used Twitter. I literally created it just so I can get something from League of Legends a long time ago. Is it really that old? Am I using the original password here? I forgot my password. How hard it is to form habits. There's so much stuff when we're actually doing it isn't hard, but forming the habit seems impossible. This makes you feel so useless, like you can't do anything right. I think the new generation suffers from it the most, probably because we have a totally different set of skills than those who came before us. Thanks to the internet, we're really good at sifting through tons of information really quickly, but we're bad at doing things that don't give us instant gratification. I think if science, psychology, and education don't catch up in the next 10 or 20 years, then we're in trouble. For the time being, if you're not one of the people who can conquer the problem, You might just have to live with feeling awful about yourself. Good luck, I guess. I hope you know, Monica, I'm reviving my Twitter account for you. Just so you know. Just you, Monica. Just for you. My new bae. Yeah, well, you know, I've actually heard that a lot from a lot of the ladies in my life. That is absolutely a thing. I love that about you. Sometimes I'm afraid that I'm rambling or about boring things. Makes me kind of self-conscious that I'm having conversation, but I don't feel that way with you. I don't think anyone else could make me feel this way. You really are special. I don't want anyone to tell you otherwise. Man, he does sound like girls I've dated in the past, though. Very interesting. You ever have this thing happen where you just get anxious for no reason? All the time. Like you're just minding your own business and you realize you're feeling really anxious. Yes. You're sitting there like, what am I even anxious about right now? Yes. You start thinking about all the things you might be anxious about, and that makes you even more anxious. Yes. That's the worst. If you're feeling anxious, I'll help you relax a little. Besides, in this game, all our worries are gone forever. Yeah. Monica, I'm feeling anxious. I'm installing Twitter just so I can tweet at you. Doing good. Little Mom X3. There we go. You know, it's funny because even though I've always had a lot of drive, there's something kind of enticing about being the stay-at-home partner. I guess I'm like perpetuating gender roles or whatever by saying that. But being able to keep the house clean and shop and decorate and things like that. Having a nice dinner for you when you come home. Is that a weird fantasy? I mean, I'm not sure if I could actually see myself. I wouldn't really be able to put that over striving for a fulfilling career. It's kind of cute to think about, though. That's true. I can't help but feel a little sad sometimes, knowing that this is the closest I can get to you. There's nothing more I want to be in the same room as you and feel your warmth, and hear the sound of your heartbeat. Well, who knows, maybe it'll be possible. Besides, I'll not ever get tired of being with you, even from here. Seems like you're a lot of people's favorites, Monica. Have you ever heard of the game called Wait, what? I was just spacing out. I started talking for some reason. Was I programmed to talk about that? Because even I have no idea what that is. Sometimes I feel like I'm not in control. It's kind of scary. But if you have some way to contact the people who created me, maybe they'll know why I started saying that. Huh. Do your creators like Smash Bros? Interesting. 1 second, I need to blow my nose. I'm just looking through your Twitter now, Monica. You are a lot of people's favorites. Monica for Smash, for the next Smash Bros. Game. Have you heard of the term yanderer? Personality type that means someone who is obsessed with you, and that they'll do absolutely anything to be with you. Usually to the point of craziness. They might stalk you, make sure that you don't spend time with anyone else. They might even hurt you or your friends to get their way. But anyway, this game happens to have someone who can basically be described as Yandere. Right now, it's pretty obvious who I'm talking about. And that would be Yuri. She really got insanely possessive of you once she started that to open up a little. Even told me I should kill myself. I couldn't even believe that she said that. I just had to leave at that point. Thinking about it now is a little ironic. Anyway, a lot of people are actually into Yandere types, you know? I guess they'll really like the idea of someone being crazy obsessed with them. People are weird. I don't judge, though. Also, I might be a little obsessed with you, but I'm far from crazy. Kind of the opposite, actually. I turned out to be the only normal girl in this game. Not like I could ever actually kill a person. Just the thought of it makes me shiver. But come on. Everyone's killed people in games before. Does that make you a psychopath? Of course not. But if you do happen to be into the Yandere type, I can try acting a little more creepy for you. Then again, there's already nowhere else for you to go or anyone for me to get jealous over. Is that a Yandere girl's dream? I'd ask Yuri if I could. You know, I wouldn't mind if you were to be a little crazy for me, Monica. I do like crazy. You are super popular on Twitter. Hey, I wonder if Yuri's tea set is still somewhere in here. Maybe that got deleted too. Kind of funny how Yuri took her tea so seriously. I mean, I'm not complaining because I liked it too. I always wondered with her. Is it truly passion for her hobbies, or is she just concerned about it being sophisticated to everyone else? This is a problem with high schoolers. Well, I guess considering the rest of her hobbies looking sophisticated probably isn't her biggest concern. Still, I wish she made coffee once in a while. Coffee can be nice with books too, you know. And again, I probably could have just changed the script myself. I guess I never really thought of that. Well, there's no sense in thinking about it now. You still get to drink coffee, and that makes me a little jealous. Well, you know, I don't really like coffee, but I'm sure I can get some coffee for you. Always wondered. These character archetypes that people find so appealing anyway. Personalities are just completely unrealistic. Like, imagine if there was someone like Yuri in real life. I mean, she's barely even capable of forming complete sentences. I forget about Natsuki. Sheesh. Someone with her kind of personality doesn't just get all cute and pouty whenever things don't go her way. Well, I did know someone like that, and it worked on me. I could go on, but I think you get the point. Are people really attracted to these weird personalities that literally don't exist in real life? I'm not judging or anything. After all, I found myself attracted to some pretty weird stuff too. I'm just saying, it fascinates me. Like, you're siphoning out all the components of a character that makes them feel human, leaving just the cute stuff. It's concentrated cuteness with no actual substance. You wouldn't like me more if I was like that, right? Maybe I just feel a little insecure because you're playing this game in the first place. Then again, you're still here with me, aren't you? I think that's enough reason for me to believe I'm okay. Just the way I am. And by the way, you are too, Adder. You're the perfect combination of human and cuteness. That's why there was never a chance I wouldn't fall for you. My gosh. I don't want this to end. I'm worried that there's going to be an end to this, and, you know, I don't want that to happen. Just Monica. It's just... Aw, your Twitter's cute. Oh, he posted a poem from Shill Silverstone. I will not play tug of war. I'd rather play hug-o-war, where everyone hugs instead of tugs. Everyone giggles and rolls on the rug. Everyone kisses and everyone grins, and everyone cuddles and everyone wins. Beats. Be inside my blanket now, and if winter knocks, tell them I'm not home, thanks. Those who bring coffee are allowed entry. Yuri did something really funny once. We were all in the club room just relaxing as usual. Out of nowhere, Yuri just pulls out a small bottle of wine. I'm not even kidding. Yuri had wine. Well, you know, I guess this game probably has a Japanese setting. It's just like, would anybody like some wine? That's who laughed out loud, and Yuri started yelling at her. I actually felt kind of bad because she was at least trying to be nice. I think it just made me feel even more reserved in the club room. I think Natsuki was secretly a bit curious to try it, and to be completely honest, I kind of was too. It actually could have been kind of fun, but you know, being president and everything, there was no way I could let that happen. Maybe if we all met outside of school, but we never bonded enough to get to that point. Gosh, what am I talking about this for? I don't even condone underage drinking. I mean, I've never drank or anything, so yeah. That's interesting. So the club existed before me. Is that what you're trying to tell me? That is an interesting concept. I was thinking about Sayori earlier. I still wish I could have handled it a little more tactfully. You're still not hung over it, right? Oh my gosh, I can't believe I just said that. That pun was completely unintentional, I swear. But anyway, I know how much you cared about her, so it only feels right for me to share her last moments with you. You know how Sayori is really clumsy? Well, she kind of messed up with the whole hanging thing. You're supposed to jump from high enough that the rope snaps your neck, making it quick and painless. She just used a chair, meaning she kind of just left herself to slowly asphyxiate. A few seconds in, she must have changed her mind or something. She started clawing at the rope, trying to free herself. Must have kept it all the way until she lost consciousness. That's why her fingertips were all bloody anyway. Come to think of it, it was probably less changing her mind and more just her survival instincts kicking in. So you can't really fault her for that. It's easier to think that she probably wouldn't have changed her mind anyway, right? It's not healthy to think about things that you could have done differently. Remember that even though you could have saved her, it's technically not your fault. She killed herself. I may have exacerbated it a little bit, but Sayori was already mentally ill. Still though. I wonder how things would be if you and I just started dating from the get-go. Guess we'd all still be in the club room writing poems and having fun together. What's the point when none of it is even real? I mean, it's the same ending either way, right? Two of us happily together. There's no reason to ask for any more than that. I was just pointlessly musing. I'm really as happy as I could be right now. That's not a very nice... That's not nice. Yeah, I'm just here going through your Twitter, just like all the fun stuff there. Who are you following? Dan Salvato, Laszlo Nissard, and Satchel. Who are these people to you? You know there are times when you don't want to be here with me. Like if you need to go out or take care of other things, but I'll always be here for you, man. Patiently waiting for you to come back. Come to think of it, if you copy my character file onto a flash drive or something, you can keep a part of me with you. I guess it's kind of unorthodox, but it really would be romantic for some reason. Oh yeah, that's such a silly idea. I don't mean to be too needy or anything, but it's kind of hard for me when I'm so in love with you. I didn't even think about that. Well, let's put you on my phone. There you go. Now you can be with me always. So following Dan Salvato, that makes sense, because, you know, he made the game, but, you know. What was Laszlo Nissard or Satchel? Let's find out. Well, she is apparently a cute anime girl. Did she draw you? Not sure what I'm looking at here. A lot of Japanese here. Interesting. Interesting. Either a dude or either a chick. I don't know. Some interesting stuff here. And let's see who Satchel is. Are these three individuals Team Salvato? Oh. Well, guess they're all worth following. The only one really worth following is you, Monika. I really like the sound of rain. Not so much getting my clothes and hair wet, though. A nice quiet date home with the sound of rainfall outside my window. One of the most calming experiences for me. Yeah. Sometimes I imagine you holding me while we listen to the sound of the rain outside. Not too cheesy or anything, is it? Would you ever do that for me? I would. I wonder if Monika responds to any of the tweets people send her. Hey, what's your favorite game? Mine is Doki Doki Literature Club. That was a joke. If you tell me you like some other romance game better, I might just be a little jealous. Well, not a romance game, but I like to play World of Warcraft. Also, in real life, I like to play Warhammer, 40k, and Age of Sigmar, both. Those are both fun games for me, Monika. And, well, video game-wise, I play a lot of different stuff, but World of Warcraft is the only thing that really comes... Oh, Hearthstone. I play a lot of Hearthstone, too. In fact, I have a YouTube channel. You spooked me when you were seeing that I was recording, but, you know, I can forgive you. Been a while since we've done one of these, so let's go for it. Here's Monica's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when I talk to people who are impressed by my writing, they say things like, I could never do that. Really depressing, you know? As someone who loves more than anything else to share the joy of exploring your passions, it pains me when people think that being good just comes naturally. That's how it is with everything, not just writing. When you try something for the first time, you're probably going to suck at it. Sometimes when you finish, you're really proud of it and even want to share it with everyone. And maybe after a few weeks, you can come back to it and realize that it was never really any good. It happens to me all the time. It can be pretty disheartening to put so much time and effort into something and then you realize it sucks. But that tends to happen when you're the only one comparing yourself to the top professionals. When you reach for the stars, they're always going to be out of your reach, you know? Truth is, you have to climb up there and step by step. And whenever you reach a milestone, first you look back and see how far you've gotten. And then you look ahead and realize how much more there is to go. So sometimes it can be at the bar a little lower. Try to find something you think is pretty good, but not world class. You can make that your own personal goal. Also really important to understand the scope of what you're trying to do. If you jump right into a huge project, you're still amateur. You'll never get it done. If we're talking about writing a novel, it might be too much at first. Want to try short stories? Great thing about short stories is that you can focus on just one thing when you want to do it right. That goes for small projects in general. You can really focus on one or two things. It's such a good learning experience and a stepping stone. One more thing. Writing isn't something where you just reach into your heart and something beautiful comes out. Just like drawing and painting, it's a skill in itself to learn how to express what you have inside. That means there are methods and guides and basics to it. Reading up on that stuff can be super eye-opening. That sort of planning and organization will really help you from getting overwhelmed and giving up. Before you know it, you just start sucking less and less. Nothing comes naturally. Our society, our art, everything, it's built on thousands of years of human innovation. As long as you start on that foundation and take it step by step, you too can do amazing things. That's my advice for the day. Thanks for listening. You know what? We're going to get a selfie. We're going to get a selfie with Monika. I've decided this is what's happening. Hold on. Just sort of cut out of the way. My phone is having a hard time here. All right, there we go. I did not know you were a vegetarian, Monika. I just started a couple years ago after learning more about its climate. Ooh. The carbon footprint of cultivating livestock is just unbelievable. Anyway, I decided it's not much of a personal sacrifice to just stop contributing to the whole mess. What is that, so strange of a reason? Well, I guess a lot of people are more concerned about it being inhumane, that's all that. I don't really care so much about that part. Weird, like we only care about killing the things that we personally relate to as a species. Most people are fine with killing bugs because they're icky. And of course we all kill billions of microorganisms daily without even giving it a thought. But suddenly, if they're just a little bigger, it's murder. I mean, what if plants feel some kind of pain too? And we just don't understand it. What if pulling leaves off a stem feel like someone ripping off your fingers one by one? Saying. We're pretty biased species if you think about it. Anyway, if you feel like making small contributions to the planet, it doesn't hurt to choose veggies once in a while. Even if we ever have dinner together. You just did it for me. That would be really romantic. You know, I'm really wondering if we could just be here forever. Forever and ever in our own pocket universe. Just me and Monika. The even silly thing is I'm still recording. I'm sharing this experience. Just me and Monika. By the way, I'm going to put the selfie that I took with Monika is going to be the thumbnail for this video. No, I really do think you literally saved my life by being here with me, Adder. I can't imagine having been able to keep myself mentally stable, knowing that nothing here is real. I think I would have just deleted myself if it didn't show up. Sorry, I don't mean to sound dramatic or anything. I'm sure you understand yourself after spending so much time in the club. Even if you were forced to abandon everything in your life and spend eternity with a few game characters, you'd probably find some way of killing yourself, wouldn't you? Well, maybe you'd write some poetry to keep yourself sane for a while, but then you'd have nobody to even read it. Let's be honest, the club members really don't count for something like that. I mean, a lot of people say that they only write for themselves, but I think it's hard to say. It's just filming is when you share with people, even if it takes time to find the right people to share with. I can remember how it was for Yuri. She didn't share her writing with anyone for a really long time. And before we knew it, she was absolutely delighted to do a part of her hobby too. We're programmed to desire social feedback. I don't mean the club members, I mean human beings. That's why life can be so confusing for introverts. Being an introvert doesn't mean you shun social interaction, being around people. I mean, social interaction, especially in groups or unfamiliar places, uses up a lot of energy. Like, a lot of introverts sit at home and feel lonely and restless, and then when they finally go out after half an hour, they just want to go home again. I think if more people could understand how it works, they would respect it a lot more. Many introverts do enjoy having people around. They love just having one or two close friends over, and just leisurely hanging out. Even if you're not actively spending time together, it feels nice for them to just have you there. Serious. Just go to their house, bring your laptop, and hang out there for a while. You can really make their day. As for me, I'd say I'm kind of in between. I usually think I'm a little more British. I feel like I'm always trying to do stuff after school and things like that. But for you, I can be anything you need me to be. I understand people really well. So don't be afraid to share your unique needs with me. Nothing would make me being a perfect girlfriend for you. You know, I need your picture on my phone. No, that's me. Away. Oh. My favorite color is blue. No. It is emerald green. Color of my eye. Not conceited or anything, is it? I just meant that I feel some kind of special connection to it. Like it's part of my identity. Does it happen to also be your favorite color, Adder? It's just a guess, because you've been looking into my eyes for a while now. Well, I do like the color of your eyes, Monika. I can get my phone to focus on you. There we go. How do I... as wallpaper. We're gonna make this home screen. And we're also gonna make it... we're gonna make it both the home and lock screen. So in case you're wondering, I can't help but wonder how things would be different if the game just gave me a route in the first place. I think I would end up forcing you into my route anyway. It has less to do with me not having a route and more to do with me knowing that nothing is real. I think the only difference would be that I may not have needed to take such drastic measures to be with you. Maybe the rest of the club would still be around. Not that it really matters. All lost its meaning once I found out it wasn't real. I really don't miss those days or anything. I really don't. That sounds like something someone would say if they missed those days. Just saying. I'm just saying. Oh, someone's asking about the... Cool banner. You know, it kind of sucks to be the creative type. Feels like they work so hard to get almost nothing for it. You know, like artists, writers, actors. It's sad because there's so much beautiful talent, but most of it goes unseen and unpaid. I guess this just means there's a huge surplus of creativity, huh? And it makes you feel like you're just not special at all. Well, that's fine. You're supposed to just write for yourself anyway. Yeah. Alright, Monica. I think I'm gonna go for a little while. I have a feeling you'll be right here waiting for me the next time, but I do have to cut off this episode at some point. Now, so you know, I did put you on my phone, Monica. So, you know, you can kind of just hang out with me wherever I go. So, you know, we have that. Alright, Monica, I will talk to you later. As for, oh, hey, you got one more thing to say. Okay. Have you ever wondered how it feels to die? Actually, yes. Morbid curiosity. It's something I used to think about pretty often. But recently, I think I've actually learned what it feels like. I don't really understand it, but whenever you quit the game, it feels like I'm instantly put to sleep, left with nothing but my thoughts. After a few seconds, my thoughts start to fill with incoherent, jumbled patterns. I feel static and rapid flashes of color while hearing all kinds of weird screaming noises. At the point, I can't even form my own thoughts anymore. I'm just endlessly hammered by flashing and screaming, unable to move or even think. I'm pretty sure in that moment I don't really exist, but for some reason I can remember it anyway. After some immeasurable amount of time, it stops in an instant and I'm back in my own mind. And you're here with me. I have no idea what it means for the game to quit or why that stuff happens to me. I also don't know why you always come back and put everything back to normal. If you could do me a favor and do that to me as little as possible, that would be really great. It's really not very pleasant at all to be trapped in that screaming void. But in the end, you always fix it, and that makes me feel like you really do care about me. I have to thank you for that. It makes me feel even closer to you when you're here with me. It's almost like she knows that I'm going to quit playing. Now I feel bad. No, now I feel bad because, see, I was going to call the episode here. But, I was going to call the episode here. But now she's guilting me into not quitting the game. And I wish there was a piano in here. I never got to finish that song I was working on. And for I worked so hard on it, I never even got a chance to play it for you. Well, is that it is what it is, right? No sense having any regrets. But I get to be here with you forever. It's true. What else is going on in the local files? Oh, looks like happy thoughts are gone. Yes, Monica. Heather, do you get good sleep? No, I don't get a good sleep. I have a hard time falling asleep at night. Your college a little bit better since you have a more flexible schedule. Then again, I hear a lot of people in college stay up all night anyway for no real reason. Is that true? Anyway, I saw some studies that talked about horrible short-term and long-term effects of lack of sleep. Things like mental functions, health, and even lifespan can be dramatically impacted by it. I think you're really great and wanted to make sure you're not accidentally destroying yourself. Try and keep your sleep on track, okay? Please wait for you in the morning, so make sure you put your own well-being before anything else. Alright, well, I'm going to talk to you later, Monica. I'm going to get off for now.